Are you fast bean?
Yes, I am.
Bro, I'm such a big fan. I watched yesterday your video.
Thank you for the ice cream. You want to listen to the sound? Okay. Listen to this.
The M4, right?
This is the M440i.
M4.
This is the second generation of the BMW 4 Series. This is the M440i X-Drive Convertible, codenamed as G23. Meanwhile, the coupe version is codenamed as G22. But this car is based on the 3 Series, the 7th generation model, codenamed G20, obviously based on the facelift. So this is the facelifted version. Long story short, this is actually the convertible version of the BMW M340i, which costs rupees 50 lakhs more. Would you pay rupees 50 lakhs more just for the convertible thing and less practicality? We will talk about that in a bit. This is the key of the vehicle. You get the M colors here. Unlock the car, lock the car, open the boot of the vehicle, and this is probably for the hazards. Anyways, straight away, let's open the engine bay because that is the star of the show. You get the familiar B58 engine, 6 cylinders. Yeah, nice engine cover with the M badging. No insulation there. You get gas struts as well, and obviously because this is a BMW, you get these strut braces too, and washer fluid is right in the corner here. Engine bay looks absolutely stunning. They have embedded or carved out the chassis number here so that the car can't be stolen as such. Oh, obviously any car can be stolen, but some information has been given here, a lot of it, but I think it's in German, so I don't really understand what it says. Now coming to the design of the vehicle, I hate that grille. Even after 6 years of launch, I still haven't gotten over that grille. But after seeing the Neue Klasse design language, which is inspired from some 1938 BMW, well, I started liking this grille because this car looks so stunning when compared to the latest BMW model. So what is BMW up to? BMW is like Mercedes really messed up with the design of their EQ series. Let's do it as well because we are Germans, right? We have to support each other. Anyways, coming to the design of the car, massive grille here which just shut right now. Yes, this grille actually opens and closes depending on the need to breathe. You get the M badging here, you get a camera right here, and obviously the M aero package has been given to the car. Now the lights are really nice. These are BMW laser lights, yeah, BMW LEDs. You can see they are nice and bright projector setup there. And of course you have this huge air intakes. You get 6 parking sensors, because of which obviously it can do self park as well. Indicator functioning here at the moment. Beautiful. Yeah, really looks stunning with the roof down. With the roof up, it kind of looks weird because I don't like this fabric roof thing which most of the cars are having these days. I mean, all the convertibles usually have fabric roof. Now they hard top, so soft top doesn't look nice, but with the roof down it obviously looks nice. It's available in 7 colors. This is actually the fire red, and the length of this car is almost 4.8 meters. The wheelbase is actually 2.85 meters, so the wheelbase is the same as the M340i. However, the length is slightly longer, 57 mm longer when compared to the M340i. You obviously get the M badging here. You get a camera here. This is for the dash cam. This is for the ADAS system, lane keep assist, and this is obviously the sensor, which is for the rain sensing wipers. It says connected drive here. Doggy's having a party there. Tire size is the same as the M340i. I think the profile is slightly different here because this is 225 40 19s. I think the M340 has 225 45 19s. Meanwhile, you can see huge brakes, M brakes, red colored brake calipers. Design of the alloy wheels is also fantastic with the M badging here. But what a car, what a beauty. Ground clearance is actually quite low here. Staggered tire setup, which means the rear tire size is obviously bigger here because this one happens to be a 255 35 19. Again, red colored brake calipers, fantastic. And here is where fuel goes in. Very important because this car will obviously drink fuel. The USP of this car is unlimited headroom. Yes, you get unlimited headroom. The fabric roof actually folds or opens or closes in just 18 seconds. I think it's kind of long. However, it operates up to speeds of 50 kilometers per hour, which is kind of good enough. And rear seat is absolutely useless. It's a 2-door However, the only person who can sit at the rear is this bag, nothing else. You can't really fit or make anyone sit at the rear because it's not very practical as such. Obviously, all the windows have been down, the seatbelt feeder is right ahead. Coming to the design of the rear, it looks phenomenal. What a design! But what is this fake stuff, BMW? There was no need for this fake stuff. Says BMW laser here. CSL inspired tail lights look beautiful. This is actually the rear fog indicator functioning at the moment. Fog on only one side, no rear spoiler, but you get this high mounted stop lamp. Camera has been embedded here, and you get 6 parking sensors. You get a diffuser treatment. You get dual exhaust with these massive surrounds to it, and this is obviously the provision for the towing hook. You can see the underbody of the vehicle, nicely packed, beautifully done. A very BMW thing. Straight away, let's open the boot, which is smaller when compared to the M340i, which has a 480 litre boot. This is 385 litres, obviously compromised when the roof is down. So I think this thing opens here to keep the roof inside, otherwise this probably closes. This is absolutely useless. There is no spare wheel here. First aid kit is like really premium, which is nice. This is actually the tire inflator as well as the puncture repair kit. The manual of the vehicle, which has never been opened because this guy is brand new, and obviously the towing hook has been given in this nice pouch. Hopefully we never need to use it. Now the thing is, I can push the seat down by just pulling this thing. Nicely insulated here. I don't know what instruction it's giving me, but this all is also very nicely insulated. And let me shut this. So beautiful in terms of design. It actually attracts a lot of attention. To get into this particular space, I have to really do some jugaad, but you know what, this opens. Why does this open? Because here is where the wind deflector is, so you have to remove it and put it right there. So wind deflector has been placed right there. Center passenger is not welcome only, so he does not get a head rest because there are twin cup holders here. This is obviously for the ISOFIX child seat mount, and there's an armrest here which actually gives you half access to the wind deflector as well. You can see there's absolutely no space here, but we'll still try and get inside, for which I have to push this seat ahead, or what I can do is, there's a lever here. I pull this and push it ahead. Electrically, it will keep going ahead, letting me get inside at the rear. And then, you know what, I will start crying because there is a very poor space. So see, the seat is going to come behind. As soon as it touches me, it realizes that it stops and it moves ahead. So knee room, leg room, very poor. Foot room is also very poor. Under thigh support is non-existent. So the rear seat is not even good for children. But you know what? It's got unlimited headroom. Yeah, that's an advantage with the roof down only. So I just push this ahead and there it goes. Familiar interior as the M340i, expectedly. Hard plastics here. No magazine pockets, but you get rear AC vents, but no USB charging sockets, no storage space here. Okay, slight storage space here. Yeah, this is kind of deep. Well, that's what she said. And Harman Kardon speakers, 12 speaker system in this car. Which is actually good in terms of audio quality. Getting in and out is not easy. You have to really put in a lot of effort to jump out as such. And there, it's going to push its way all the way behind. See, the headrest is nice and chunky. It's like really big and it's not what you think it is. But anyway, so open the glove box, which is actually decent sized. It's not decent sized, it's actually chintu mintu, and it's lockable as well. And door pockets are also big enough, but it gets frameless doors. The doors are slightly longer, obviously. Those look fantastic. You get M mirrors, which are also beautiful. Like, look at them, really damn freaking awesome. The hood is like 3 kilometers long with these cuts and creases. So the design of the car is the reason why people will buy it, because paying a lot more over the M340i doesn't make sense to go slower, because it's actually slower than the M340i. Nice treatment here with this double stitching as well. Big door pockets, this is to open the boot, and this M thing does not illuminate at all. In fact, it has this nice carpet light at the night when you unlock the car. There is no animation at the rear. The front lights obviously have this animation. They do this flickering thing, which looks fantastic. I really like it. Tweeter placement has been done here. Metal switches right there, again very premium. And you get a proper dead pedal. These are the controls for the headlights, and it tells you that in case the key is not detected, you keep the key here so that the car is able to realize that. You get electric adjustment for the seat along with lumbar adjustment, and under thigh support is never an issue here. Now it gets seat memory. Yeah, 2 memory settings. So here I press a button and there you can notice the seat is moving all over the place. Now it gets M seat belts, yeah, which look so damn freaking cool, and a lot of information here on the weight of the vehicle, weight as well as what should be the tire pressure depending on the tire size. of this car. Now the steering wheel looks really nice and chunky with this red on 12 o'clock, flat bottom treatment with this M badging as well, and metal treatment too. Really very cool. Notice one thing, as soon as I get inside, I close the door, the seat belt will come and present itself to me. So seat belt feeder has been given as well. Auto dimming mirror, light placement here on the top. This is slightly small, but you get a mirror and light. Obviously this does not extend at all, and you get this carbon fiber sort of treatment. In fact, it has 3 interior colors. This is the brown beige treatment. You can have all black, or you can have red, sort of maroon color here, which is also going to be super damn cool. Here you get a USB-C charging socket, the only USB-C in the car. Some storage space here, armrest is fixed, doesn't move as such. And here you get a USB-A showing the age of this vehicle, 2 cup holders, 12 volt charging socket, and there's a wireless charging pad as well. Controls for the air conditioning. Yeah, this is basically for front defogger, rear defogger in this car. How does that work? I don't know, I have no clue. And this is a physical switch for the volume controller, behind the track, ahead of track. And AC vents are nice and easy to use. You just turn them like this. Meanwhile, steering is adjustable both for reach as well as rake, but manually here you get a heads up display, which is kind of important and nice as well. A lot of buttons here. So this is for the roof mechanism. Electric parking brake, auto hold, drive modes. This is the gear selector. I don't like it. Should have, I mean, I didn't mean that, but should have had a proper gear lever, not buttons. And then you have the iDrive controller, which is nice because some physical buttons are very important. And then for the camera function, traction control, and all those things, you can obviously control from here. This is obviously for the cruise control. This is for the audio system, the horn. Horn is nice actually, but sometimes it's not that easy to activate the horn. It doesn't get pressed that easily. You have to give it a bit of a shove. Metal pedals here, automatic wipers, automatic headlights, and the wipers actually work really nice here. Now this is a 12.3 inch screen, which is okay. I don't like it. When you change the drive mode, obviously it changes colors as well, and then you can obviously change it the way you like. So there you can decide what you want to see here, because it's telling me what is the fuel efficiency like. There's a compass. It also has a map view, G-force meter, and audio media mode as well. But there's also a tire pressure monitoring system, and then I can make changes to the heads up display from here. So multiple heads up display modes too, which is quite nice. And when I come into comfort mode, I can also change the layout here. So there are multiple layouts, but the layouts are not nice. I don't like the layouts at all. Come on, BMW, you can do better. Obviously, when you turn on and off the vehicle, it has this animation on both the screens here as well as here. This is a 14.9 inch screen. This is a curved screen. This is a navigation view, which is actually quite cool. And this is the same screen which you have seen in other BMW cars lately. So widgets have a lot of things. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, both of them are actually wireless. Meanwhile, interior lighting has only 9 colors for the ambient lighting. Just 9 colors, which is kind of less. Come on. Car brands are offering 64 colors like since dime a dozen years, and then you can have vehicle information, adaptive content, which obviously I will turn on. Yeah, wherein what do you see? You see the power and torque data of the vehicle. Obviously, when you come into sport mode, and here you have the air conditioning control. Too much reliant on the touchscreen. Dual zone climate control air conditioning system. There is no seat ventilation, which is very shocking at this price point. And then obviously you can schedule the climate as well. I just turn off the climate control air conditioning for the moment. Yeah, see, buttons are such a pain in your rear. Let's come out of this menu, and then you can obviously switch from here. So you can customize this menu as much as you like. And then you have weather app. You have a lot of other apps which gives you a lot of information, because obviously this is a connected car now, so it gives you as much information as you want. But no seat ventilation is like really very shocking to me. I would have expected that to be there, but unfortunately it's not. It has a 360-degree parking camera. There's a 3D view as well, so you can just press this button and make changes here. So that's kind of nice. The 360-degree camera is quite nice because firstly it has the 3D view, and obviously it auto activates when you're going to hit something, so it kind of makes changes in real time. So that bird's eye view is absolutely phenomenal here. But why does it have blue colored brake calipers? The car we are driving is actually having red colored brake calipers here. Reversing assistant I turned on, and you notice how the steering turns. So reversing assistant is able to remember what direction you moved the car in and how you parked. So it's able to make those changes and park accordingly. Now obviously I didn't park it like this, but I parked intentionally so that the steering would turn so much, so that I'm able to show you how this actually works. So this kind of works nicely. And that's about it. The camera is so damn awesome here. but there are no sprays as such in the camera, and I mean, it could have been slightly better as well. Like, I should be able to swipe from here, but I'm not able to do that, which is a bit disappointing here. Yeah. And there's just way too many widgets, creating a lot of confusion. This could have been done much better is what I feel. But in essence, everything is like the M340i, nothing dramatically different here as such. Let me turn off the car. As soon as I do that, obviously M badging comes there, and then the effect which I was talking about earlier. The problem is that this key, which is kind of old and a step back when compared to the screen key which BMW had in certain models, doesn't really let me do a lot of functions as such, because I was like, let me quickly just put the roof up. I can't. I can just put the windows up. So here I press a button. No, I can actually put the roof up. Oh my goodness, I was not aware of this. I was trying to open the roof, but that did not open. But at least it lets me shut the roof. Probably there's some setting which lets me make those changes as well. And there you can see inside the roof mechanism. That's beautiful. Come on, shut. And now all the windows will roll up. Yes, that's it. Now obviously it has got keyless entry, so when you approach the car, it will automatically unlock, because there's a sensor here. So here, there the door opened, and if I keep this button pressed, there the boot also opens. So this thing has remained in its position. There's actually a light here. I thought the boot will become much bigger or something, but no, it seems to be the same. Maybe this opens or something. There's some instruction here regarding the same. But let's be honest, this car is not about all these things like how much is the boot space and all those not important parameters. What really matters is how is the driving experience. So let's do one thing, which I do best, is give this car the beans. Alright, it's time to start driving, the part you all have been waiting for. Why is it taking so long to turn on the engine? Straight away we come into sport mode, and notice one thing, okay? No soft limiter, revs all the way till 7,000 RPM, air conditioning off first thing. And I'm actually going to use the navigation menu here to just navigate to some random place, because I can. By the way, there's a BC button here. BC is not what you think it is. BC is basically so that you can browse through this instrument cluster. There's actually a light on the door handles as well, so you can spot it at night. And this light pulsates when you open the door to tell you, okay, you might hit something here. But sometimes the car automatically turns off as soon as you open the door. So that's kind of weird here. Now, I come into reverse, you can see this camera, it actually moves by software obviously, and there's a BMW assistant here which is kind of useless. She doesn't understand half the things. Is Mercedes better than BMW?
Could you repeat that, please?
I'm asking you a question, I'm not telling you.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand you again.
Anyways, let's get into drive and let's start driving right away. You know what? There's something known as iconic sounds. Yes, BMW has a menu called iconic sounds, or a button called iconic sounds, which is basically the fake sounds which are piped through the speakers, a bit too artificial. Now, in terms of driving feel, it drives like a BMW M340i only, because it has the exact same engine, the same 3 liter straight 6 engine, which is 6-cylinder obviously, and it is known as the B58. It's fantastic because it's so smooth, so refined. And then at lower speeds also, you can't hear much because it's very refined. Why am I in sport mode? Let's come into comfort mode. There, in comfort mode, you can see I've actually turned on the navigation. So the camera feed, which actually is telling me where to turn, where not to turn, is right here in the instrument cluster, which is absolutely fantastic. You have to be very careful over speed breakers. So this is actually the wider view. In sport mode, it becomes the narrower view, but still it gives me the camera feed, which is absolutely phenomenal. Ride is on the stiffer side. Now, obviously in comfort mode, the adaptive dampers change and give me a sort of more comfortable damping, which definitely helps and makes this car quite practical to drive. I love the steering. I love this car because I know BMW is going to ruin it. Have you seen the steering wheel of the new 3 Series, the EV version? Oh my god, that was like, you don't know which is up, which is down, because it's so damn freaking weird. The whole car is only weird. This is the last of the good 3 Series around, or 4 Series, however you want to put it. And it's so damn easy to drive. Why is this completely red? I don't want to go there. Actually, my navigation tells me that I need to go there, but I'm not going to go there. This dude wants to go where God only knows, because there's no concept of indicator in his truck, so he just went straight. So yeah, logically, he's doing the right thing. He didn't have to go right or left, he has to go straight. So yeah, whatever. The steering is actually quite light here, which makes it very easy to drive this car. And even though this weighs 160 kgs more when compared to the M340i, that is, it still is very light in terms of driving feel. Weighs around 1900 kgs, somewhere around that. 160 kgs more because of the convertible, because obviously the bracing which is needed for the whole roof and to make sure it's secure in terms of rollover and all, that obviously adds weight. In terms of output numbers, 374 horsepower and 500 Newton meters, exactly the same as the M340i. No difference on that front. 48 volt mild hybrid system here, which obviously ensures smooth stop start system. Yeah, it works flawlessly well. Turns off the car very nicely, and you can hear a lot more sound from the outside because of this fabric roof, which really doesn't insulate much as such. So that 48 volt mild hybrid system also gives a boost of 11 horsepower and I think 200 Newton meters as well. The result is performance is amazing. In fact, performance is great throughout the rev range, right from get-go all the way to the red line. It's smooth, it's refined, and it's punchy. There is no lag here as such. Okay, let me quickly do the wiper test. Spray actually is coming out from the wipers. That's the attention to detail. Beautiful horn. Sometimes now it's difficult to hit the horn, so you can't just casually press it because it's not going to get engaged. So that's a bit of a problem here. Lot of traffic coming out from here. It attracts so much attention. Kids actually stop you to inquire about the car. Okay, I don't know, was that my popularity or the popularity of the car? But still, this is a car which makes you get noticed. It looks so amazing, and that's the major reason why you would probably spend so much money to buy this car. Otherwise, it makes no sense whatsoever. What smoothness, yeah? Absolutely different character in comfort mode. When I come into Eco Pro, it's obviously going to be slightly more comfortable in terms of, he's giving a thumbs up. It's going to be more comfortable in terms of the throttle response because it's going to be like laid back. There's Eco Pro and Eco Pro Individual, which lets me actually configure a few things. So I can configure the climate control sight, I don't know what that is. Then damping is in comfort, steering is in comfort, and also that's another drive mode here. Beautiful camera, lovely, absolutely amazing. The steering is so damn freaking awesome. What a wheel, what a car. And we have not even hit sport mode yet, so I can just imagine what's going to happen. It's going to blow my mind once I hit sport mode, because obviously this car is all about performance. The M340i definitely punches way above its weight. This one not so much because of the pricing obviously. So should you buy this over the M340i? Well, it depends. If you want pan in your head, wind in your hair, then you should definitely consider it. Yeah, you have to angle it over speed breakers. That's a bit of a problem. But what an engine, only marred by the fact that it has got these fake sounds coming through the speakers, which BMW likes to call as the iconic sounds. Nothing really iconic about it. I think it's the time to come into sport mode. By the way, there is Sport Plus, and there's Sport Plus Individual, which lets you configure a lot of things. So damping can either be Comfort or Sport, steering can either be Comfort or Sport, and drivetrain can be Comfort, Sport or Sport Plus. Everything is in maximum mode. I put the traction control into DSC traction. It's like DSC Sport, not DSC off, because with all-wheel drive, X-Drive system, it really doesn't make any difference whatsoever. We're going to come here, stop and launch this car, for which I also need to change this menu here, for which I'll come into home. And yeah, it's a bit of a maze trying to figure out what you want to do. So where do we have to go? We had to go into adaptive content, which is in live vehicle, and there it is. Time to launch this car, which means let's reset this. Okay, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, into sport mode, revving the motor, launch control active, and off we go. Oh my goodness, pushes you back into the seat. Crazy acceleration, 0 to 100 km per hour in 4.32 seconds. Well, it is supposed to be half a second slower when compared to the M340i. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, launch control, and let's go. Come on, show me what you got. 0 to 100 km per hour in 4.2 seconds. Yeah, because BMW claims that this car goes from 0 to 100 km per hour in 4.9 seconds, but it's beaten BMW's claim by quite a lot. So half a second slower when compared to the M340i because of its weight, obviously. Other than that, almost everything is the same. And the gearbox, even though it's an 8-speed torque converter unit, very aggressive with shifts. Oh, that's fast. It doesn't feel like a torque converter. It feels like a dual clutch automatic gearbox. Now this is obviously all-wheel drive and gives me complete manual control of things when I hit the pedal. So yeah, manual mode means manual mode. So even though this is all-wheel drive, it channels majority power to the rear wheels. It has got a rear M differential, which obviously ensures great traction by ensuring that power is put to the wheel, which obviously has more traction. M brakes are there, all the M bits here to give you absolutely phenomenal performance. And when you lift off, there are cracks, there are pops, and all those things also happen. Let's quickly come to a halt here. Before that, let me just engine brake by downshifting. Oh, red lines at 7,000 RPM, holds the red line, does not hesitate to give you manual control, which is so damn freaking awesome.
Meanwhile,
I'm actually waiting to cool down the camera because it's heated up, and just refreshing through the pointers I had made for this car. Mainly the pricing is something I keep missing out on, like मैं सब rivals वगैरह की pricing लिख देता हूँ, then I completely forget what's the price. Anyways, let these guys snap. Alright, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, sport mode, and let's see how fast it goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour. Launch control active. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The upshifts are so aggressive, it pushes you back, but let's be honest, a lot of fake sounds coming in here. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 4.24 seconds. How consistent is that? That's BMW for you. Now, the steering is absolutely amazing, full of feel, full of feedback. This is the variable steering wheel, obviously, which is varying according to the speeds, giving you great amount of feel and feedback. BMW does really amazing steerings in some of their cars, not all, I'll be honest. And then there's a lot of blind spot here, so I have to really figure out where I'm going. Yeah, I think we are fine there. So in terms of weight distribution, obviously it's a BMW, so 50-50 weight distribution, and it has got adaptive dampers, which really help a lot here, just like it did when the 3 Series got it, the M440i. Performance is mind-blowing, the handling is so amazing, high-speed stability is phenomenal, and the gearbox is so damn fun as well. Around the corners, body roll is very well contained, you can really push it around the corners, and it goes. And how? Some tire screeching here, obviously. Oh, what a joy to drive this car. Absolutely surreal. Turning radius isn't much either, which actually brings me to the competitor of this car, which happens to be the Mercedes CLE. The CLE's cabriolet version, or the convertible version, is actually a 4-cylinder engine car known as the CLE 300. Meanwhile, the CLE 53 AMG, which is kind of on par with this car in terms of performance, is obviously a coupe, and it's more expensive at rupees 1.54 crores. The CLE 300, which is a convertible, is 1.34 crores. So I don't know who exactly is the rival to this car. You can say this will sandwich right in between at rupees 1.4 crores. The CLE 53 AMG produces 450 horsepower and 560 Newton meters of torque, going from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 4.2 seconds. So yeah, faster car, more power, more torque, and definitely it's not a real AMG, like this is not a real M, but definitely a lot of fun as well. So this car is like the middle ground between the M340i, not the M340i, between the 3 Series, the regular 3 Series, which is the long wheelbase in India, and obviously, okay, we'll just do the brake test here. At 110 kilometers per hour, I stand on the brakes. Lot of tire screeching. But the brakes are actually good enough because the car stops dead in its track. And it's time to time the car again. Let's see how fast it goes. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, revving the motor, hazard lights off, launch control active, and off we go. It really pushes you back into the seat. The level of acceleration is absolutely bonkers. The 0 to 100 km per hour in 4.3 seconds, so not the best traction on this particular road. So like I was telling you, this sits right between the regular 3 Series and the M4, the G82, because there is no M3 in India, which is kind of bizarre. Why don't we have the M3? We should be having the M3. But if you see it from my perspective, I realize a convertible is kind of useless in our conditions because there's a lot of pollution, there's a lot of dust. This is a brand new car. I got it at 50 kilometers, and you won't believe it. Once I put the roof down, the whole interior had dust in it. So not good for your interiors, not good for your health as well. The AQI levels, the bad pollution, the lack of privacy, because there are long signals we stop at. With the roof down, people are just going to peek inside, and then someone's going to spit pan from a bus on you. So I don't understand the logic of paying more for a convertible, for more inconvenience, for less practicality, for a smaller boot, for a higher price by rupees 50 lakhs when compared to the M340i. So kind of makes me wonder, why would you buy this car when you can save 20 lakhs and get the fantastic BMW M2, that too a manual, the last of the real M's, or the M's with rear wheel drive, manual transmission, and no electric assist whatsoever. I'll just opt for that, honestly, not this one. Oh, what an engine. M340i gives you everything and more, just not open top motoring. And I forgot to add, less practicality also means no chance of putting a human being at the rear here.
Just then.
हाँ बोलो ना क्या हुआ? रेस दूं क्या? रेस दूं रेस?
मजा आया।
बैठ सकते हैं क्या?
बैठ तो नहीं सकते क्योंकि रिकॉर्डिंग चालू है अभी. ठीक है, एक बार हो जाए रिकॉर्डिंग फिर मैं आपको लेके जाता हूँ. Oh my God, you can't stop this car anywhere. Now it's going to be a different launch. I'm going to come into sport mode. However, I'm going to turn off the traction control system to see if it makes any difference whatsoever. Obviously, launch control is not going to work now. So left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, revving the motor. No wheel spin whatsoever. Upshifts really fast and 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 4.39 seconds. Very fast indeed. If you keep going, you can hit a top speed of 250 kilometers per hour, which is absolutely crazy. You know, cars like these make me realize that the M340i is the most value for money car in India, no matter what the price range you look at, because at rupees 90 lakhs, that's bang for your buck. This at almost rupees 1.4 crores, not so much. But then, if you want open top motoring, you have to pay and you have to also lose a lot of practicality. So why are they even launching this car considering that the M340i is so good that most people will be like, just save those 50 lakhs. Well, the thing is, they're discontinuing the Z4. So this is like the BMW Z4 replacement, which kind of aches my heart because the Z4 looks so damn freaking amazing. What an unbelievable looking car. Absolutely crazy. But at the end of the day, the Z4 is nothing but a Toyota Supra MK5. But let's be honest, BMW did more work in these cars than Toyota ever did. Otherwise, they should have belonged in the 2JZ, not the B58. The B58 is the new gen 2JZ, I believe. A lot of potential to tune this car. M340i is running 700, 800 horsepower with bigger turbos. Absolutely bonkers that is. This is so involving to drive, and all of this is going to be lost in the next generation. So if you're looking to buy a fast and fun BMW, now is the time. I don't trust these guys. I don't know what they're going to do with the next gen, because already they have ruined the X3 and they probably have also ruined the 5 Series. Not probably, definitely they've ruined the 5 Series. So what is that weird design, and where is the freaking 530D M Sport? Gayab. Anyways, traction control on or off doesn't make any difference. So I'm just going to come to traction control, traction, which is like the sport, like traction control DSC Sport, you can say. Every time I drive a 3 Series, I am like, how can they make such an amazing car? The competition is vanished completely. But what's the point of all this power when a MG Windsor is overtaking you? Yeah, boost is the secret of that car's energy. Don't worry, it can go fast, but it can't go long. It has to charge, obviously, depending on what battery pack it's running. I can just downshift and overtake it, but I don't need to. I can upshift and overtake it as well. We are in 8th gear right now, and look at the smoothness with which it pulls. What an absolute cracker of a machine. Every time this B58 I encounter, I just go mad, mental, crazy. I become a lunatic, revving the nuts out of this car and having so much fun. But this Creta guy is like, no, this Alcazar. So I was just going to give it the high beam, the flashing of lights and a honk. But then I realized there's no point, because that's not a Creta, that's an Alcazar. Legit pushes you back into the seat. That's the level of performance and thrust this car has to offer. Let's launch it again. And let's see if we can do something faster still. Sport mode. Yeah, sport mode. And off we go. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 4.29 seconds, which is the fastest we have gone today, which is quite amazing. And now I have slowed down under 50 kilometers per hour, because now is the time to open the car. Yes, let's put the roof down. Why is this Duke guy coming the other way? And now I've slowed down too much actually. Oh my goodness, outside it's a proper legit tawa. It's so damn freaking hot outside, absolutely crazy heat. And now with the roof down, obviously it transforms the whole experience only. So let's quickly launch this car, which means it's the time to do left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, revving the motor, launch control active. That's 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 4.36 seconds. Which means even with the roof down, this car is still as fast. and it is really still quite loud. So overall insulation fantastic, even with the roof down. And the good thing is that with the roof down also, you get the wind in your hair, but you still get the sound in your ears, because obviously the fake sounds coming from here, the BMW iconic sounds. What a car, what an engine, and what thrill driving it. The only thing is the price. Well, the M340i is still the one to get, and if you have so much money, then probably get the M2 instead, because these cars are absolutely goated. They will never ever be an M340i again in the next generation, like the kind which we have right now. Obviously they will put a big fat battery, electric assist and all that. And why are we on the same route again? Because we can be with the roof down. It just feels such a different experience. I can't believe there is absolutely no flat spot in the power delivery. This is such a phenomenal engine, and the gearbox is also phenomenal, ZF sourced. Sometimes I am lost for words, because all I feel is the thrill of M-Power, and I feel so empowered today driving this car. So why should you get the M3 or the M4? Well, for starters, obviously more power, stiffer, more dynamic as well. Just better in almost every way, but not as comfortable and very expensive in terms of pricing. But remember one big fat thing: the M4 has twin turbos, this has a single turbo. The M4 is more rear biased, this is slightly more front biased in that sense. So yes, and M4 and M3, they are proper M cars. This is like the middle ground, the best of both worlds. It has obviously got ADAS, so right now the lane keep assist is continuously blinking. Will it put me back into a lane? No, it cannot. It just doesn't figure that out, which is fine, because the car is all about you driving it rather than it driving you. And on that discovery, it's time to end. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give the thumbs up, that's the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I know you guys are like, ek aur launch kar do, to kar lete hain. Let's do it. Okay, here into sport, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, and off we go. That's 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 4.42 seconds. No matter how you look at it, this is just a bloody freaking fast car, which is dynamic, fun, not practical, but definitely an eye catcher. Love it. Bye.